Hey, 180 Escape Leaders, it's Shane again with the fifth Discipleship Tip of the week. If you remember last time, we talked about be with, bringing students into our lives instead of just adding them on to our already crazy schedules. And this week and for the next few weeks going forward, we're going to talk about specific tactics that should help us in those be with times to make those times meaningful and fruitful for discipleship. And the first of these tactics is asking questions. Another fancy paper for you, I know. Questions are great, first of all, because they require no materials. So you can ask questions when you're hiking, making cookies, watching a basketball game. You can ask questions no matter what you're doing with a student, unless you're jackhammering or something like that. But you know what I mean. Usually we can use questions at any time. And questions are powerful when it comes to middle school students and high school students because of four things. First of all, we can gain information about students just by asking questions. We can ask, how's your family doing? Who are your family members? How's basketball going? How's school going? What are your thoughts for the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Just questions like that really help us to see where students are coming from. By being with students, we're bringing them into our world, and by asking questions to gain information, we're getting small glimpses into their world. The second reason questions are so powerful is because they communicate that we really care about them. When we're asking about their family or school or sports, it's obvious that we care about them. When we say things like, "Yeah, tell me more about the game you played on Thursday night. Tell me more about this," it gives them a chance to really see how much you care about them. And when they see how much you care, they're going to care about how much you know. And by that I mean, once they see how much you care about those seemingly menial aspects of life, you can have, because of that, inroads into deeper spiritual issues that they might be struggling with. And that leads me into the third reason questions are so great, is because we can use them to really effectively challenge students. It's over my shoulder here, pray, encourage, share, challenge. The fourth one of those, challenge. We want to challenge our students in our discipleship times, and questions are a great way to do that. One way that I found that is helpful using questions is just to ask some of those deeper theological questions that I myself have found hard to answer. Like, what is the meaning of the cross specifically? Why did Jesus have to die the way he did on the cross when he did? What is the significance of Israel in the New Testament and even today? Questions like that, just deep stuff, can really give us a chance to challenge students, see what they know, see what they want to know, what they want to learn. And the fourth reason that questions are so powerful is because they can help us really gauge where our students are at spiritually. When we ask a question like, "Hey, if you died today, where would you go?" Why? Why would you say that? Why would you go to heaven? What does it take to get into heaven? What does one have to do to get into hell? Questions like that, they interrupt the student's routine. They give us a glimpse into their spiritual life, and then we can know how to more effectively pray for them. We can give them verses from the Bible that are that really speak into what they're really struggling with, instead of just the generic Bible verses. Stuff like that. It's all helpful in gauging where students are spiritually. And another important thing about questions that we want to remember is that we can't just accept the initial answer always. A lot of us are discipling kids who've been in church their whole lives, and they know as much information as we do maybe about the theological questions. But as we know, those questions go way beyond just information. It's a personal thing, and so we have to continue to challenge students, even if they give the quote-unquote right answer to the question. We want to make sure that we dig in and ask them, really? Is that what you really believe? We want to ask them, really? Do you see this in your own life? and just find ways to take even the, like I said, quote unquote right answers, and really personalize it into our students' life. So to review, asking questions, it's a great tactic in our be with times, like I said, because you can ask questions no matter what you're doing. And they're helpful to gain information, to show that we care, to really challenge students in their thinking, and also to gauge where they are spiritually. So I would ask, just challenge you guys. Next time you disciple your students, just come ready with one question that you can ask them that either challenges them, maybe just gains information about them, or really helps you gauge where they are spiritually. So asking questions, it's a great tactic. We'll tackle some more tactics in the videos to come.